We are here today in New York during Climate Week and the UN General Assembly, coming together with CEOs and executives from all walks of life to hear directly from them on how they can help to create sustainable impact through their businesses. Cement is the fundamental building material of modern civilization. It's literally what the world as we know it is made of. And concrete is crucial to almost every aspect and sector of daily life, from real estate to transportation to construction and energy. Erkan.
Hey, Paul.
Great to meet you, sir.
Great to meet you.
Thanks for coming out to see us.
Thank you so much.
Concrete already accounts for 7% of global carbon emissions, and demand is soaring. It's expected to surge by 45% by 2050. I'm going to talk with a leader in global cement, Erkan Koçakarin, the CEO of Limak Cement, about his company's focus on sustainability and digital transformation, and how Limak is doing its part to drive decarbonization efforts around the world. So you were saying this is your first time at Climate Week.
Yeah, right.
Very exciting. How are you finding it so far?
I'm so excited to be the part of this organization and to contribute the effort of all together.
Yeah.
Together with all the participants.
Right. I mean, the whole world is here. And the whole world is built out of concrete and cement. So I'm really interested in hearing about your company and about your efforts towards sustainability. But first, tell me about Limak Cement. Tell me about the company.
Limak Cement is in the top 50 in the global cement industry with 18 million tons of cement production capacity, located in Türkiye, Ivory Coast and Mozambique. Also, we are in sub-Saharan Africa. And we are the second largest producer in our homeland, Türkiye. And while our factories and facilities spread all over Türkiye, our distinctive structures, such as R&D and Innovation Center, Limak Cement Center of Excellence, Center of Climate Change, and Limak Cement Academy are the wealth of our intellectual capital.
Got it.
So Limak Cement is today absolutely one of the industry frontrunner in regards with transforming a giant cement, concrete and building materials holding to an excellent combination of industry and tech enterprise.
Oh, interesting. So you're talking not only about how changing your company does business, but really changing the culture.
Right. This was absolutely required, a change of culture and new ways of doing business. So as an example, putting rocket into orbit is the most challenging phase. So in our case, the challenge was to shift the paradigm by recoding the culture with scientific approach through an organizational surgery. And we did so, and now we are in orbit. And the cement and the concrete sector must transform themselves to address the climate change and the circular economy. The cement sector accounts 7% of global carbon emissions, and the developing nations will increase the cement demands by almost 2 billion tons in 2050.
Wow.
So Limak Cement prioritized the climate change and sustainability on its strategy evaluation and all operational decisions. So to formulate it, 4 years ago, we started a complete change in the way of doing business by launching our triple transformation program named TTP and transform into a corporate with digital, social, and green at its core.
Got it.
Our aim is to become a net zero company earlier than 2050, and we are on track for a 36% reduction in our carbon emissions in 2030, while the global sector is aiming for 20% at the same period. So yes, we see ourselves as one of the pioneers and a front runner of global decarbonization movement in the sector.
Right. You're going to step up and be a leader. You want to lead the way in your sector.
Yeah,
one of the things I wanted to ask you about is, obviously concrete, anything involved in construction is heavily regulated. A lot of local, international regulations that you have to comply with. How do you integrate that with all these new operations?
Yeah. While we are showcasing the sector's first decarbonization innovation projects and high-tech applications, we also review and analyze the policies and the regulatory framework globally and internationally inform and guide all entire stakeholders in our ecosystems.
Right.
Turkey is a major player in the global cement industry, first in Europe, fifth in the globe, and largest exporter holding 15% of world cement trade.
So Turkey is a major player. Limak is a big player in Turkey.
Yes, absolutely. That is one side. And on the other side, decarbonizing the cement sector is required a combination of technological and policy measures, but there is no silver bullet to decarbonize the sector. That's why as Limak Cement, we have structured a decarbonization committee formed by various disciplines of experts and who are fully dedicated for the decarbonization strategy roadmap of the sector with a holistic approach. So our approach is to mobilize all stakeholders and to focus on regulatory frameworks to enable an environment for decarbonization and innovation.
You've talked a lot about transformation. R&D must be a big part of that.
Right. Limak Cement is absolutely focusing on innovative ways to decarbonize the sector, and we are the first mover in Türkiye in many of emerging climate technologies. When we were reforming the organization 4 years ago, we decided to set up a more deep and comprehensive R&D on a much larger scale, not solely through the lens of the cement industry, but on a much broader industry and high-tech perspective, from low carbon fuels to carbon capture, from gasification to construction technologies, and we did so. Let me give some examples. Removing the fossil fuels from our operations is one of our main goals. We are the first cement company using hydrogen blended carbon neutral fuel mix in the calciner of the cement kilns. By 2030, we aim to use hydrogen blended carbon neutral fuel mix in all our factories and reduce our carbon emissions by 0.7 million tons annually. Another big achievement is the launching of our novel eco-friendly 3D concrete printable mortars. It utilizes our low carbon products, and with the development of this technology, we will soon reducing the construction waste and reduce significantly the carbon emissions. Thirdly, we produce cement from construction and demolition waste as the first time in Türkiye. And by the way, we are able to use several million tons of construction waste instead of natural resources. But the good news is that we are moving towards building new ones with mostly recycled materials instead of natural resources. This is just a few initiatives launched by Limak Cement in our aim to be a front runner. So all these projects are fully in line with SDG targets by the perspective of the circular economy, the phase out of fossil fuels, innovation, and the collaborations.
How has restructuring Limak into a technology company, how has that changed your stakeholder ecosystem? And also, I'm curious about how it's impacted your innovation and your sustainability target.
While we were designing the main principles of Triple Transformation Initiative in Limak Cement, we prioritized the ecosystem-based development. Imagine that we had to design such a new business platform that has included a cross-functional, complex but visionary HR, and a digital academy that's serving continuous competence and development. And besides, a center of excellence as a data center that continuously rewires the organization and deploying tech at scale, and an innovation center that is capable of developing low carbon fuels, green hydrogen derivatives for deep decarbonization movements, new chemical designs for our low carbon products, and or robotic functions for our 3D concrete printers. So that's why in our TTP roadmap, talent management, corporate academy, and their hyper-automation are our priorities. Today, Limak Cement Academy is among the global corporate academies, whether it is AI capabilities and what it is gamification and simulation consoles. Beyond the upskilling and the reskilling tasks, the vision of our academy to be the main enabler for engaging employees and designing an environment for new storytellers. Further, with the Center of Excellence, our employees can access the data and the information in the most democratic environment. I believe that This collaborative environment and inclusiveness, together with the alignment of SDG and climate change, are attracting the talents, experiences, and fostering a culture of innovation.
You've talked a lot about your efforts to transform the industry. That must involve a lot of collaboration with partners.
We have a long list of national and international partners in dozens of developments on the R&D and industrialization scale. Furthermore, we add new concepts to our collaborations, such as sharing our DG libraries and designing talent exchange programs with our partners. With this approach, we are magnificently integrating the linked sectors, technologies, and competencies. And as of today, we are working with 20 technology partners, 4 universities, and 3 development agencies, and more to come. Paul, spearhead transformational change is only possible by pushing the boundaries, not by staying on the comfort zone. So finally, our philosophy is to keep innovating, demonstrating, practicing, increasing the performance, reducing the costs, and scaling up our projects.
Practice makes perfect. Never be perfect, but you're building toward a better world, more sustainable, cleaner, and more efficient. This has been a fascinating conversation. Obviously, cement is every part of the modern world.
Right.
Erkam, thank you so much for being with us.
Thanks a lot, Paul.
Limak Cement is looking to lead the way towards cutting the carbon footprint of an industry that is critical to the global economy. And there isn't a one-shot solution to decarbonization, which is why when it comes to meeting the UN's Sustainable Development Goals, Limak is doing everything from developing an eco-friendly 3D printable concrete to recycling more construction and demolition waste and removing fossil fuels from its production processes. The company's goal is to reimagine itself not just as a manufacturer, but as a digital technology platform, paving the way to a cleaner, safer, and more sustainable world.